Hello Assassins, welcome back to another Wheelassassin guide. During this one, we are back with another Stranger Things tutorial, and I am really excited to bring you, finally, Hopper's trailer. If you guys have seen Stranger Things Season 1, I hope you have, this is like a huge section in the series. I think we might actually get introduced to Hopper using this trailer. I can't be certain on that, I haven't seen the series myself in ages, which I know, it's disappointing, it's very sad. Probably just made a lot of you cry. I'm going to go watch it after this video is done, don't worry. But yeah, it is such a really cool building and part of the series. So it's about time we actually built it. Thank you so much for all your requests once again, telling me I should do this one. You are absolutely correct. I should have done this one way back when I started doing Stranger Things tutorials. If you think my first ever one was Hopper's police truck, you know, you would have thought I would have done this next, or at least his cabin. At the time of that tutorial, but no, I ended up going straight to the lab, which I guess makes sense, but still, come on. Anyways, during this video, I'll be giving you guys a tour of Hopper's trailer. Now, the reason I'm going to do a tour separately for quite a small build this time is because I have a lot of different things to go through that I had to change up for this tutorial that is not in the real trailer. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of let you know of those points, just in case you were trying to build a realistic trailer and you're looking at mine thinking, oh, it looks realistic, but then you get to an interior bit and you're like, that is not great. So I wanted to just cover a few things and instead of taking up like 20 minutes of my tutorial. So yeah, let's go ahead, spin around, jump on inside, and I have a little list to go through and show you around. It's going to be awesome to see this from the inside. So first things first, let's do a quick spin of the outside. If you guys checked out the short that came out a few days ago, instantly wax into a tree, you'll be able to see, you know, all of this anyways. But I'll just cover a couple details that I went through. So what I did was during the planning process of this trailer, I wanted to see if I could get a different material instead of trapdoors for my windows. You know, like the windows on the trailer have this weird kind of almost like a trellis. I think it's a trellis, I'm not sure. Alongside each of the panes. Well, I wanted to try and represent that in a different way to using trapdoors or banners or something. And it was so hard to find a material. But then, of course, barrels, I remember that they're supposed to look like kegs, and with the kegs in Minecraft, they almost look like railways. So that is really helpful to, you know, represent the different windows in here. Out on the back balcony here, we only have like a bunch of chairs. It's not really much on the decking, but just something to add in there. Up on the roof, we have 3 different chimneys, 2 of them represented with brewing stands, and then one over here with a grindstone block. We of course had to include the washing line up the front here, because Hopper is a bit of a dirty bloke. He doesn't really have much on the washing line, it's just kind of always open. To be fair, that could be due to storms, you know, blowing it open and whatnot, but who knows. It's probably just Hopper being a little bit dirty. Let's pop on the inside. Oh, down here, by the way, is a little cauldron to represent a dustbin. Haha, dustbin. Okay, so popping on the inside, let's go left first. You come into the highly detailed living quarters. This is like the living room area. We see Hopper laid on this sofa a few times during the show. We've got a lamp on the left side, banners next to all of the windows for the blinds, many different pictures in the same spots as in the series. In different scenes, you'll see a picture here, one above the door, one next to the door, and I think there's like a couple around. Yeah, there's one over there in the doorway as well. We've got a little cushion represented with a banner just here. This kitchenette area was supposed to represent like a little bit bigger than it is here. So I'm quite sorry about that one being smaller than it is, but I got to building the inside and I was trying to cram it all in, and in the end I came up with this design, which I'm happy with now. But yeah, during the planning process I was like, oh no, I've messed up a little bit, made it a bit too small. Anyways, over here we have the seating arrangement for the, you know, like when Hopper sits here and has his breakfast, which he doesn't tend to do often. Like, it's quite a civilized way to live, and yeah, Hopper's just kind of a bit of a rough and tough guy. A bunch of clutter on the tables, as you can see. Ooh, take a breather. We have the TV back here playing the news or something. A little detail I added in that I didn't really see otherwise in the series, but it was in a couple scenes, was this little fireplace back here. I thought that looked so cool in the corner there, and that was a nightmare to plan, as it took up like half of the room here, and we only need, you know, we need quite a lot of the room for the TV, the table, the kitchen, and the big sofa here. So it was a bit of a squeeze. I had to sort of trim down the bathroom that's alongside it, but in the end we got it. A shelf up here, and as you notice on the ceiling, you're probably like, why is there a spyglass on the roof? Now that's a little Easter egg I added in of my own. If you remember when in season 1, spoiler alert, Hopper is really nervous about the investigations going down at Hawkins' lab. When him and Joyce kind of realise there's something iffy going on in Hawkins, you know, he's starting to check the place for bugs. And he's looking for anything that could be bugged in his house. So he tries to like rip out the lampshades. He's like opening different cupboards, checking out like down the back of the sofa even. He like rips out the sofa. And then he ends up finding it in the ceiling light. Now I put it in there just to represent the little spy there. So what we'll do is we'll take the rooms one at a time, and we'll come back for the details later. This is supposed to represent the little bedroom, maybe of Hopper's daughter. I'm not certain if Hopper used to live here with his wife and his daughter at the time, or they used to live in a city, like before he became the police chief. I'm not certain about this, but I know there was a bedroom here from, I think it may have even been like a Lego mock. So I went ahead and sort of made the bedroom in here. Oh, voice break. I'm not certain, again, if this was in the series, but I put it in there anyways. There's an aircon unit up there that we did see in a scene back here. It's kind of, you can sort of see it through the doorway. We have a little kind of armor stands here representing a hat stand, so Hopper can get his, his chief hat and head out for the day. Back in here we have the bathroom. We do see this in a few scenes. We have the towel rack just here, the actual shower. The toilet as a chain pull toilet because it's in a trailer. We have the big mirror with the sink, of course, and then the light above the mirror there as well. We also have just a little bit of bathroom details around, like maybe some aftershave and just some candles and whatnot represented here. Not much going on, but it does look quite detailed. There's also a little armchair in this back room, by the way. So, down the right side of the house. Oh, this is supposed to represent a deer, by the way. So the dragon head is supposed to represent a deer. Paintings once again, another painting here. There's another bathroom just here, it's like a next level bathroom. The other one down there is probably like an ensuite, possibly, with it being next to the bedroom, or even this one is, and one of them is the main bathroom. I'd say that one down there is the main bathroom. So another chain pull toilet, and just a sink in here. Cool. Oh, by the way, the wallpaper in this trailer is supposed to be brown, so I represented it with the banners. I'm not sure if it looks great now looking at it back, but if you guys want to keep them in, of course feel free to do so. If you don't, just go ahead and remove them. And then back here we have the master bedroom. We do see Hopper in here a few times during the series. You've got the big open wardrobe, you've got some shelves above, the big bed, it's like the grey quilt cover, one window and a lamp there with some candles on this side. The candle is supposed to represent a telephone that is on this sideboard too. I believe it's a telephone anyways, can't quite remember. Okay, so going through the list of things I've had to change in here, or things that are missing. So, things that are missing, we actually do have an armchair that is supposed to go, I think it might be besides the sofa, like over here where the fireplace is. But I wasn't able to build it in here because, as you guys can see, very tight on space. That kind of sucked. Of course, I mentioned the dragon head representing the deer, so that's just a little detail in there. The fireplace addition ended up making me move a window just there. That is why it looked a little bit cramped on this side. So we have like a doubled up window with one set of barrels instead of doing the two on each side. A little bit of cramped details in there, but I don't think it ruins the look of the outside, which is helpful. So there's telephones where the candles are, so any candles in the build, it's normally a telephone, apart from in the bathroom. So that is a telephone just there, and like I said, the one in the bedroom is also a telephone. The exposed birch on the roof that comes underneath of the sort of brewing stands helps with the rundown look of the trailer. So since, Hopper's kind of become a drunk, kind of lazy guy, he's not really taking care of anything apart from, he's not even taking care of himself. So the trailer is representing that as well with the rundown look, which is helpful adding in those brewing stands with the exposed materials underneath. So the leather cap Easter egg on the armor stand again is supposed to represent that sheriff's hat that Hopper does have. The kitchen has a breakfast bar that I wasn't able to build. So the breakfast bar comes out from this unit kind of along here. But again, it would have been just knocking off this side of the build and just would have looked horrible. So I did knock that off for this smaller creation. The floating end rod in the bathroom, like I mentioned, is the light above the mirror. But you guys know that already. You can probably see that. Hopper also checks that for bugs, so he ends up actually unscrewing it and checking the light for any microphones or whatever listening to his conversations. So that is another little Easter egg in there as well. But yeah, that is everything covered during this tour. As you can tell, it's going to be quite a jam-packed few tutorials, but I'm really looking forward to it. By the way, this is just a light switch, but it actually helps us with the door. Pretty cool. And if you wanted to build like a diorama, maybe build a lake in here as well, you know, that'd be awesome to see. Okay guys, that is it for this quick tour video. Please look forward to the tutorials. I am really looking forward to building this again. It was one of my most cozy builds. I think I was listening to some like jazz music or something whilst I was building this. And yeah, I had a great time. It was raining outside. It was a proper vibe, you know. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for those tutorials coming very, very shortly. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I almost said Scooby Dive to the channel. That would have been weird. If you're not already Scooby Dive to the channel, please go ahead and Scooby Dive right now. Join the Assassinhood today for free, of course. That'd be awesome. If you did enjoy this one, please be sure to drop a like as well. That'd be epic. And finally, if you are going to be building this tutorial and you do end up building it maybe differently or even just the same, let me know on my social media accounts. If you have Instagram or Twitter, at me at Wheelassassin, and yeah, I'd love to see and give you a share as well. So definitely check me out on those. Until the tutorials drop, guys, take care, best of luck, and yeah, stay tuned. Goodbye for now, Assassins. Thank you so much once again.